Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good midday, whenever it is you're actually watching this, right? Um, so today we are going to be discussing how to upload your projects to GitHub. So those of us that actually watched the last video, we talked about how to open a GitHub account and open a repository. So today I'm going to be showing you how to open a repo. Okay, I'm going to start from there. Open a repository. So I'll be calling repositories repo. Okay, just to make it short. So open a repo and whatever project it is you've worked on, I will then show you how to load that project to GitHub. So for this video, we are going to be needing, by this time, you should have opened or signed up and created a GitHub account. Then after creating a GitHub account, you should also download GitHub Desktop. Okay, GitHub Desktop is an application. I'm going to show you the interface of GitHub Desktop so you will know what it looks like. All right. GitHub Desktop is an interface. This is it. This is GitHub Desktop. Okay, this is where we it's like a desktop version of the GitHub website where you can commit and pull and push your projects on GitHub. Okay, so this project, the COVID report, what we worked on for those in my real life projects group. Okay, what we worked on. So I actually so these are like all my repositories. I have house prices prediction, portfolio website, these are projects, retirement income predictor, and there are so many of them. Many projects I've worked on, but most of them are not on GitHub because I've not found the time to upload these projects. Lazy me, right? Okay, so now I'm going to be showing you how to push and commit your projects to GitHub. So please stay with me in this ride. All right, the first thing I'm going to be doing is to sign into my GitHub account. All right, I'm going to click on sign in. Okay, so this should open the sign-in page. And I always advise people just save your password, your GitHub password to your browser, so you don't have to click on it every single time. So I'll just click on login. So this should take me to my GitHub page. Yeah, this is what I have. Okay, and so I previously lost my first GitHub account, which had a very nice introduction, a very nice README introduction, and I'm yet to do the README for this particular GitHub account. Okay, so what I want to do now is I'm going to click on this plus sign here. You can see this plus sign. So I want to upload a project I was working on, which I just cleaned. Okay, I just cleaned the data set. I've not actually done any, extreme stuff on the project, but I just cleaned the data set using SQL and using Power BI. So I want to make a repo for this project. I'm going to click on this plus sign here. It shows me new repository and every other thing, and also new project. I'm sure you would want to click on new project, but that's not what we are going to do. I'm going to click on new repository. Then this shows us a page here. This shows us a page here. So I can see something called repository name, right? I'm going to click on this and call it, let's say the name of the project is actually Health in Africa. Health in Africa. So that's going to be the name of my project. So remember, okay, now you can see description showing optional. You can put your project description if you want to do that, right? But I'm not going to do that now. It's not necessary. But okay, just to make it, for those of us that are going to comment on this video, description, I'll just say making analysis on the various causes for a decline in the health conditions. Okay, health condition of people living in Africa. In Africa. All right. So depending on what you're working on, if you're working on a company that says, okay, that made you sign an NDA where you don't want to show information, you can make this repo private. But for the course of this particular tutorial, I'm going to be making my repo public. And if you want people to fork your repo, you want people to see the stuff you worked on and all that. Okay. Going to make it public, right? Then this README here simply means you want to make a README file for this particular project. The README simply is an introduction to the project, maybe showing people the problem statement, the steps you took, the more information on the project you're working on. You can put a README, but I won't be putting a README. Then the next thing, okay, you can leave these other ones. You can leave them, they are not necessary. Then I'll just click on create repository. So this should take me to the repo page. Yeah, so now we have this. So all these codes you're seeing here is for those that want to commit their data or commit their project using the Git bash. But for those of us that don't know how to operate with the Git bash, you can leave this as it is. Okay, so the next thing you want to do now is put in your projects. Okay, commit your projects into GitHub. All right, so what you want to do now is, okay, let's see. What you want to do now is, I'm going to click on actions. Okay, so I'm going to click on actions. I'm trying to remember where these controls are for this particular stuff. Okay. Right. Okay. So now the next thing we want to do is use our GitHub desktop to upload our project. So there are actually two ways we could do this. You could upload it using the GitHub website, right? But why I prefer using the GitHub desktop is that it's easily accessible. It's easily accessible. You don't have to skip visiting the website. You have the GitHub desktop already. So the first way is to click on upload an existing file. Okay, this link here. Then this is where we want to commit our data. We want to commit it to GitHub, right? We want to commit that project to GitHub. We could do it using the GitHub website, where we click on choose your files. So okay, so this shows me my computer files, and I'll just locate where the project I want to upload in. So this is it, Health in Africa. I'll click on it, and I'll click on open. Okay. So I think I have the options to drag. All right, so let me just go back, then drag this here. So rather than selecting it one after the other. So now I clicked on the Health in Africa, then I dragged it to this place. It says drag additional files there to add them to your repository or choose your files. So I chose to drag it. So it contains a lot of files. So I'm going to be waiting for that to load. So it contains a Power BI file, a PDF file, and also the data set, right? Data set I cleaned. We can see age group and all that. Right, so I want to wait while that's complete. Let's Okay, now we have all these files uploaded to GitHub. We can see them. They're all uploaded to GitHub. Okay, so the next thing we want to do now is commit our changes. Now, committing our changes simply means we want to make it, because like this is not saved in GitHub. It's not saved in GitHub. Okay, so we want to commit these changes to GitHub. Okay, we want commit simply means upload. Finally, we want to upload them, add them to our repository. So what we want to do is make a comment. And please, whenever you're committing your changes, let it be professional. Let your comments be professional. Okay, depends on whoever is looking at your repository. So I want to say made first commit to the repo, which contains three folders and 16 files in total. So I'm just making it professional, assuming I'm working with a team, right? Then I'll click on commit changes. You can ignore this pro tip and all that. GitHub is giving us what they think is right, and we have to do what we think is right. So we'll just wait. Okay, now we have our repository. Now we can see the health in Africa, right? It's a folder. We click on this. This opens the three files we just uploaded. We click on the SQL cleaned data sets. This shows us all the data sets we have. All right, so now I have my repo Z3 ready. Okay, now to make this more interesting, if you have your scripts, SQL scripts, which is what you the codes you wrote to clean your data sets, you can also add that here. You can go ahead to add that here so that whoever clicks on it and sees the codes you've done is able to know that, okay, you actually know how to write queries with SQL. Okay, so this is the first step, the first way we can actually upload our files in GitHub, or upload files into our repository in GitHub. Now, the second way we could actually do this is by using the GitHub desktop. Okay, so what I want to do is when we go to the GitHub desktop, we are going to click on this arrow we have here. Then we're going to see add. So what it says is clone repository. Okay, this clone repository means we want to clone whatever repository we've created on our GitHub website. We want to clone it to our GitHub desktop. Clones means like make a copy. Okay, then we'll click on clone repository. Then all we just have to do is refresh it here. We'll refresh that again. Then we'll look for health in Africa. Okay, we can see health in Africa here. Okay, so we'll click on this and we'll just click on clone. Okay, so it's cloning the repository. All right, so when that is done, we are going to have all the files we have there. But assuming we have not uploaded these files into GitHub, it will be easy to clone. Okay, now we've uploaded files, so it's, I think the total size for this is maybe 20 something MB or maybe 50 MB. So it has to look at them one after the other, right? So we'll just wait till this finish cloning. Okay, now we have our repository cloned. Then I'll click on this arrow, this closes. Okay, so what I want to do now is let's say I want to put in new files in the repository. Okay, I will just click on show in folder. This show in folder means GitHub desktop is going to locate where this folder is located on our laptop. All right, so I click on show in folder. Okay, let's see. Oh, let me see. I don't think you guys can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to click on, let me share my entire screen. Okay, good. So I'm going to click on show in folder. Then automatically it takes me to health in Africa, a folder. So let's say I don't have these files here, and maybe I want to add these files. I could click on, let's see, I could click on documents. Then this is the original file on my laptop, right? I could click on documents. Let me go back. So please, I'm just assuming I don't have these files here. I'm going to delete every single thing, right? I'll click on, then I'll now go to where the file, because only the folder that is existing, right? Only the folder. So it's a repository, so it's only the folder that is existing. So I want to click on documents, then look for where the original file is, which is here, Health in Africa. Then I want to push this to my repository on GitHub. Then I'll go back. Okay, I'll just click on GitHub. Then I'll look for the repo. So these are the repos I have on GitHub. So I'll look for the repo Health in Africa. Then click on Health in Africa again. And I'll just paste this here. So pasting this here, and I will close this stuff. Just close it. Now it's going to show me that some changes has been done on my desktop. Let me see. Okay, I'll just try and do this again. Let me add something else. Okay, I want to add this. Let me add COVID files. I'll go to GitHub, Health in Africa. Then I'll paste this here. So I'll click cancel. It's going to show me some, now this is what I'm looking at. It's showing me some changes has been made on my GitHub. Why it wasn't showing before? Because I copied the same files that are existing, no changes, no significant change. But now I added some images there to show that, okay, I made unique changes to my stuff. So, but for you doing it for the first time, the first way I did it is going to actually show that you made some changes because you are adding it for the first time. Okay. Then just as we did on the GitHub website, I would just say made my first commit to the repo, which contains 4 folders and 20 files, because I added more files, right? Then I'm going to put this in the description. Then I'll name this first commit to make it short. Then I'll say commit to main. Okay, what this does is that committing it to main is that it then commits it to my main branch. Okay, the main branch was the repository we opened. So that's like our main branch. So I'm going to say commit to main. So committing to main, I'll just wait till that finish with the process. Right, so when that is done, we are going to, okay, now this is done. So after clicking on commits, using the GitHub desktop, now remember on the GitHub website, when we clicked on commits, that was it. No, we are done. It's showing on our repository. But using the GitHub desktop, after clicking on commits, you have to click on the next thing called push origin, which means we are pushing it to, we've committed it, but we have to push it to the main branch. The origin means the website. Okay, so we have to push it to the website's repository. All right, that means push origin. But committing it to main means it has been committed, but we've not pushed it to the website. Okay, so we need it to, because the website is the origin. Okay, is the origin. It's where the repository was actually created. So we have to then push it to the origin. Okay, so we have to wait while that is loading at the top. Okay, so this is going to take some time because of the files there. We'll just wait a little while. Okay, now we are done with pushing to the origin. Okay, so we want to now see if these changes we made using the GitHub desktop is existing in our GitHub website. So we'll just minimize this. Then we can click on this Health in Africa. All right. Then so we'll just click on the folder to see what is in it. So now we can see COVID files is now part of it. Okay, because it's like the first commit. So it's the different stuff there. Every other one was done 12 minutes ago when we did it with the GitHub website, but this was done 3 minutes ago. Okay, so it's a different commit entirely, which we did with the GitHub desktop. All right, so these are the two different ways you can upload or put a project or create a repository and actually put in your project on GitHub. So please, if you have any question or maybe any concern raised while you were actually making your own repository, please comment on the video and let us know how we can help you. Okay, also like and subscribe, hit the like button below this video, and also subscribe to get more videos. And you can also scroll through the YouTube channel and see the projects that we've done so far. You can go ahead to take part in these projects, and access to the data sets will actually be given to you. All right. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.